Beats too. I need some beats, man. Yeah, that's Young Chop on that bitch.
Dressed in all
Nah,
black.
that's Young Chop.
Oh, BD and Young Chop on that glow game shit.
Yeah. They put 12 on you,
Police
brother.
ass niggas all day.
Hey, send me some beats, Chop, man. Fuck all that other shit.
Send a beast, man.
Send them bitches. Send them bitches.
Yo, y'all know what it is and y'all know what it ain't. We back to make them Lulus and them Lalas, baby. Don't stop. Don't stop. Whatever your grind is, wake up and get to it, baby. I'm woke. I'm up in the morning like I took a hit from the crack pipe. I'm so thirsty to make this money. But besides that money, I got this YouTube money I got to get to. And I want to speak on this. I seen something that was very, very disturbing to me. Very, very disturbing to me because I am a Sosa head. I love Sosa. I felt like when Chief Keef came out, he spoke for the whole dirty Chicago youth that was trying to make a way out, because I was one of them. I also love Lil J, FBG Duck. They spoke for the underdogs in Chicago that don't get their voices heard. You know, there's two sides to every story. But look here. Moowop, E-Dog, what was his name? The other dude who just got out of jail, he talked too much. I forgot his name. He light-skinned. He was the one who was... Remember that Lil Durk told him to get off camera? Boona. He was in the video. They was all on live yesterday. And I seen that they said Young Chop was on that GBE shit. That GBE worked for 12. Now, in case y'all don't know, years ago, when Boss Top and them went to Chief Keef's house, supposedly, this is the part that I don't understand. Because there's a lot of conflicting stories. Chief Keef was there, supposedly, and let Boss Top tell it. Chief Keef was there. He took the chain off Chief Keef's neck. Everybody was there to witness it. But then you got news reports of Chief Keef at court. His house was broken into. Twin City CEO, the white boy who used to shoot all Chief Keef stuff. Him and Chief Keef fell out. If you don't remember, Chief Keef made a status years ago on Twitter saying Twin City CEO a bitch. Remember that? You know, I'm not, excuse me, YouTube, you know, so give me a break. Sometimes I should be able to speak my mind. And the reason that he said Twin City CEO was quote unquote a punta. Let me try it like that. He was a punta, YouTube. A punta. Since he said that, the reason that Chief Keef said that was because when his house was broken into, Twin City CEO was there. He called the police. Twin City CEO called the police on Boss Top and them. When they took Chief Keef 2012 Challenger, Dodge, whatever, I don't know. But when they took the car and they supposedly took all the diapers, Twin City CEO was there, and he called the police on Boss Top. Mind you, that's why they saying GBE is the police. Now, there's two sides to both stories. Maybe Chief Keef and them was there too. The stuff happened. White boy got so because he's a white boy. No offense to the white people, but you know, I know some nerdy cameramen that ain't gonna call the police when the stuff go down. But for some reason, when white people and they not in the streets, soon as something go left, they have to call the police. And that's making Chief Keef and them look bad. So I feel like that's what O Block was referring to when they said GBE works with the police. From the one time that it is documented that the police was called by Twin City CEO. I'm repeating myself so much because y'all are getting in the comment section and act like y'all didn't hear nothing I just said. See, I just had to have a seizure because that's so irritating to me, bro. I can say something a million times and you'll say, but you didn't say that though. I just said it. But anyway, moving on, because I do have to be at work in 4 minutes. Chief Keef was never respected like King Von. Hear me out, gang. When I say this, Chief Keef was never respected like King Von because Chief Keef's not no killer. Chief Keef hasn't put in the footwork for O Block. Chief Keef was just the main face. But let's go back to before Chief Keef blew up. Where was Chief Keef really from? Come on. Come on. That's right. Chief Keef is from Front Street, supposedly. A lot of BDs that I've been seeing do interviews about Chief Keef before the fame, all of their before the fame stories is from Front Street. It's some BD dude that Street News TV, Free Street News. I did the cross up like he passed. Free Street News TV. He interviewed this dude, I forgot his name, BD something. But he be like, on the threes, on these threes. I don't know who he is, but look him up. He said, Chief Keef said when he get rich, he not taking everybody with him. And he had to honor Sosa because he stayed true to that. Do you know what he's referring to? Chief Keef honestly has a mental problem. Chief Keef has Asperger's. My cousin has Asperger's, and that's a form of autism where you can't look people in the eye and you can't give direct eye contact, and you have it creates social awkwardness. Put it like that. Chief Keef was also really, really dirty. We've seen the stained polos with the collars up. I believe Lil Durk and associates, as far as BDs who have higher rank than Sosa, they tried to treat him like a goofy before the fame. They didn't believe in his rap career. They probably tried to treat him like the little homie on the block, even though he was. And then even though Sosa most definitely get busy and get active, I feel like he wasn't out here doing stuff like King Von, E-Dog. So all them top killers didn't respect Sosa like that. And he kind of was, I feel like Chief Keef brought S-Dot to O-Block. So Chief Keef is from O-Block. And Front Street is real close. So when it comes to these BDs like Lil Durk from Dog Pound, but he rep Lamron, it's like in Chief Keef from Front Street, but he rep O-Block. I can't get into why do these rappers do that. Maybe it's because this hood showed them the most love. But as you see, King Von has some falling out with people. King Von fell out with a lot of people. And you'll never see them get on there and say King Von a B or nothing like that, because they know King Von put in the work. Chief Keef hasn't done enough for O-Block besides rap. Chief Keef made O-Block famous to the point where King Von can get a career. Everybody else can get a career out of O-Block. But Chief Keef, I understand. When he blew up, he felt like E-Dog and everybody else probably wasn't showing him the proper type of love. And then when his house got broken into, he most definitely didn't feel the love. But I honestly agree. If Chief Keef would have first got on, when he got that $6 million, probably $1 million advance, when Chief Keef got that, if he would have brought the guys some GBE chains, if everybody on O-Block would have got some GBE chains, he would have helped kickstart more careers like King Von did. Sosa could have did more. Chief Keef, I know he don't owe anybody nothing. I believe they tried to little boy Chief Keef. What 600 Breezy say? Ain't no rapper gonna little bro me. They tried to little bro Chief Keef till they couldn't. They had to respect him, but the respect wasn't there. And then people was waiting around for their GBE chains. He giving Ball Out, Tato, all these other people. And honestly, YouTube made Tato look like a goofy in the beginning. He was steady getting drenched. Ball Out, he was getting a decent rap career, then he got his chain snatched. So O-Block looking like you putting all these goofies in a position of power, and the real killers right here waiting on a handout. So they got tired of waiting on a handout and they took it. King Von most definitely said he was with the chain taking movement. Get in the comment section and let me know. This is the question I have for y'all. Was Chief Keef respected enough to the point he still gets love on O-Block? I think the respect that King Von have is well deserved due to a lot of stuff that we can't talk about mentality. But Chief Keef, the track record speaks for itself. I'm gone. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. La-las, Lulus, Lulus, la-las. Yeah.